Hey, come see us on tour. We'll be in Tempe, Arizona, Burbank, California, and we're going to be in Honolulu, January 11th. Go to jimmydore.com for a link for tickets. So Forbes, so this is a new article I just came out. When did it come out? Yesterday. It says gold keeps hitting new. Now, you're my gold guy, which is why I always have you on to talk about this stuff. Gold is hitting new record highs. Why it's outperforming stocks as rate cuts provide the latest boost. So when they cut the rates, the interest rates, people start buying more gold. And I'll just give you a real summary of this. It says gold prices continue to skyrocket, closing last week at another record high as several factors help boost the precious metal, which has actually outperformed the blistering stock market in 2024. Mm-hmm. Spot gold prices ended Friday at a new record of $2,622 per ounce in New York, according to FactSet Data, extending its year-to-date gain to 27.1%, topping U.S. benchmark S&P 500 stock index balmy 20.8% return, including reinvested dividends. Gold is on track for its best return since 2010, outpacing even 2020's 25.1% gain as the COVID-19 pandemic accelerated doomsday investment bets. The most recent lift to gold prices was the Federal Reserve's Wednesday's decision to institute the first interest rate cut in 4.5 years, which provides a pair of tailwinds for the metal, according to conventional wisdom, as gold prices rose 2% from Tuesday to Friday. Lower rates of return on other non-stock assets, which offer fixed payments tied to the Fed set interest rates like shortened government bonds and certificates of deposit CDs, may make gold a more popular diversification option, and gold is considered perhaps the most popular hedge against inflation. Meaning, if the Fed acted too swiftly and the United States inflation gets worse again, gold prices should benefit. Here's the last slide. But it's not just U.S. monetary policy boosting gold, as experts tie the increased appetite for gold to geopolitical risks globally, including from the United States election and the ongoing wars between Russia, Ukraine, and Israel, Palestine. So, wow, it just won't stop.
No, and who knows how high it could go. If you think of the stock market of being worth around $55 trillion, and if just the entire precious metals marketplace around the world is around $4 trillion, if just 10% of that money decided to change hands, you could cause gold and silver prices to rotate 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 times. The only reason Bitcoin just rose to incredible heights is there's 21 million Bitcoin and many, many hundreds of billions of dollars chasing after it, right? So when something in short supply gets squeezed mightily, the price reflects that. That's all it's doing. And when you look at one other reason, perhaps, to be cutting rates, or one benefactor who's mentioned there in the article. So if I just said, Jimmy, do you think you'd make 6% from the stock market over the next 12 months? And you might say, I don't know, maybe I'd lose. What if I paid you 6% guaranteed to park that money with my firm for a year? You might think, I'll just take the 10% that's guaranteed. That's kind of what a CD is. It says, hey, we'll pay you this percentage for a year or longer. You can lock it in for longer. So when you lower rates, and rates are 4%, what if I just paid you 3% to keep your money locked up for a year? You might think, well, I could probably at least get 4 from the market, and then you risk it. And so you cause more money to fly out of CDs, and any interest rate bearing kind of account starts leaving those accounts because the rate's dropping for riskier stuff, which helps juice the market and make it look great. But since the year 1997, which is a turning point in our workforce when the baby boomers began to retire, to today, gold is up 8,000% and the market is up 5,000%.
And I've seen, I wish I would have put this in this segment, but people are talking about how Warren Buffett is doing the exact same things that he did before the big stock market crash in 2008, that this guy's been the predictor and seer of things that other people don't see. And So he's doing all those things, which leads me to be nervous about the economy and the stock market. I know that the stock market is overly inflated and bullshit, full of fuckery and bullshit. And I don't have any. I've taken my money out of the stock market. So when you put money in 401ks and all that stuff, I take that money and now it's self-directed into gold and other things. I have some in T-bills, what have you. But I don't. I mean, so the last time somebody else, I saw this on Twitter, someone showed that on the exact same day, last Wednesday, when they cut the interest rate by 0.5%, they did the exact thing on the exact same day in 2008. 0.5 percentage point, they cut it on the exact day, September, whatever that day was, 21st or whatever. They did it the exact same day in 2008, and we know what happened after that. There was the big crash. So anyway, that's just a weird coinky-dink, I'm sure. But Warren Buffett, that thing, the fact that now it looks like inflation's going to happen, they think that a recession's going to happen. I don't have any faith in the stock market. Do you, Paul?
No, I don't. But I don't want to be giving anyone financial advice, and I don't want to cause concern if there isn't any. I try to give validity to folks' concerns if they're already doing the research and have some. In my last Substack, I just showed some general figures and calculations of how much money's been printed since 2010 and where that went, right? It went into real estate. The extra amount of money went into real estate in the market, and those are up mightily. But wages have barely changed for the American household. And the cost of everything's gone up. And people talk about cutting rates to make homes more affordable. But that speeds up economic activity. And the money printing state can't stop. So everything that goes into a house is going to go up. So prices will go up even higher, right, than they currently are, and push even more people out of owning a home. So when you look at how the game has been running, whether it's rigged or whatever you want to call it, it's just artificial money coming out of thin air, like a Niagara Falls sized amount of money pouring into the economy every second of the day, and has been for 20, 30 years. And it's causing us to look like we're unbeatable and unbreakable. But the dollar, the value of it has been dying. You got to kill something if you want to inflate something artificially. And so the dollar's gone from 56 cents to 3 in the last 24 years, and that's not going to stop. And by the average amount of money or value that it loses every year, it's losing 2 cents a year on average since the year 2000. So next year it's worth 0.7 of a penny. Mathematically speaking, Jimmy, there are going to be things that no one can answer for because we're still dealing with mathematics, which is part of the world of physics, and it's unyielding. It doesn't matter who's at the podium saying rosy things. You're killing the actual resource that causes us to enjoy life today, and also causes probably 70% of America to be just feeling like they live in a frustrating shitstorm.
Hey, I believe in having a substantial percentage of my financial future, meaning my retirement fund, secured with gold and silver. You know that. You know what I think about what's going to happen with the stock market. And that's why I decided to partner up with Colonial Metals Group. They helped me set up a safe and secure self-directed IRA where I have access to my assets no matter what the stock market, or for that matter, what the government is doing. Let the team of experts at Colonial Metals Group help you protect your family's future. We've put together a special offer for our audience. Click on the link in the description below or call a special 800 number and you're going to receive a safe and up to 10 grand in free silver. That's real. That could happen. Find out how that could happen. Go to colonialmetalsgroup.com/Jimmy-Dore-show. So colonialmetalsgroup.com/Jimmy-Dore-show or call 888-910-1419. Hey, come see us on tour. We'll be in Tempe, Arizona, Burbank, California, and we're going to be in Honolulu, January 11th. Go to jimmydore.com for a link for tickets.